All right, let's jump right into this tutorial. This is a blank Google Calendar, and step one is identifying the things we do every single day. So first things first, let's decide our wake up time. For this tutorial, I'm going to wake up at 7 a.m. and do my morning routine. That could be journaling, that could be exercising, that could be changing the cat's litter box, or maybe playing with your cats in the morning. We want to repeat this Monday through Friday. On weekends, maybe we want to lay in a little bit longer, and then we'll save that event. Next, we want to think about when we go to sleep. So I'm striving for 8 hours of sleep, which means if I wake up at 7, I have to be asleep by 11. So bedtime routine is going to happen at 10:30. My bedtime routine right now is washing my face and reading a book before I go to bed. Again, takes about 30 minutes because by the time I'm reading, I'm asleep in 4 pages or so. And this should be repeated every single day too. I forgot to do it. And then next, we want to think about our work schedule. So in this scenario, I'm working from home and my office hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. So I'm going to add that here in my calendar. So that's blocked out and I can't schedule anything on top. And I also want to repeat this Monday through Friday. The next step is maybe adding some of our fitness classes that we're teaching every single week. So again, Tuesday night, 6:30, let's pretend I'm going to teach a Zumba class at the 24-Hour Fitness Green Valley. I put that acronym in there to help me remember. Save that event. You could also make that repeat weekly on Tuesdays. And then again, let's add another class. Maybe I'm going to be teaching AKWA on Wednesday mornings, and this one I'm going to be doing at the 24-Hour Mountain Vista location. Same thing, click save, and let's add one more class. I'm teaching Aqua Zumba on Thursday nights, and this time I'm teaching at the EOS location. So I add that in my Google Calendar, hit save, and then I want to add my travel time, because again, I want to make sure I'm getting to my class on time. I don't want to schedule a meeting or schedule a to-do right up against that class. So I'm just going to put drive to class, give myself 30 minutes. If it's 15 minutes away, that means I'm 15 minutes early, can set up and be ready for my participants. And then of course I want to also add my drive time to get home. So again, I don't plan something right on the back end of that. Gives me enough time to get all the things done. All right, so the next step after the drive times are done is our meal times. I don't know how many times I've booked myself an epically productive day, but I've forgotten to put major meal breaks in, which then of course leads to a very unhealthy lifestyle. So I try to always put dinner in for an hour. That makes me leave my desk, do something else, and I can come back for my quote unquote evening shift. Currently, the way my schedule is, I know before I sit down at 10 that I want to have my oatmeal and my coffee. So usually it's around 9:45 I do that, and then I can get on with my day. So once our meal times are in, then we want to think about our weekly recreational activities that we do every single time. So maybe for some, it's watching Netflix at night with their husbands. Maybe they have a Dungeons and Dragons date they do with their cousins every week. Whatever that is, if it's weekly, it's happening, put it on the calendar so you can have an accurate view of your day. So once we've plotted our weekly items, we can then look at our calendars and look at our to-do lists to add the more one-off items. So maybe I've had organize my pantry on my to-do list for weeks. I'm going to put it on Monday night. It'll give me a chance to bump it back if I have to throughout the week, but I'm going to put that first so I can tackle that at the beginning. Next, maybe I want to start that Hydro Revolutions course that's been sitting in my inbox. I'll probably need more than an hour, but that's a good place to start to get myself motivated. Maybe I want to make it repeat, but I chose not to. And then perhaps this week we're going to the ballet. So I'm going to just write go to the ballet. You could write the address and the location. I know it's going to take a lot of time. Ballets are never quick, so 3-hour block is good. So as mentioned in the article, this can be as simple or as creative as you'd like it to be. It could all be one color, one calendar, or you could have multiple calendars and color coordination. But the beauty is the flexibility. So for example, I decided I couldn't organize that pantry on Monday night because I forgot I had to go grocery shopping. So you just slide that slot over to the next time slot that works for you, and then update what actually did happen that night. In this case, I went grocery shopping for the week, and then maybe I needed an hour to do some meal prep or planning. Now here's where it gets really next level. We've put our priorities, we've put our work in, we've done the things that we have to do every week, but now we can go back and look at the spaces to add things to add more color or joy or benefit to our lives. So in my case, if I'm not teaching a class, it's pretty hard to get myself out of the house and to a fitness class. So I'm going to put it in my calendar. If it's in the calendar, it's going to get done. I'm accountable. I can see where I can fit it in, and I'm going to stick it there. Or maybe it's little things like writing more thank you cards to people or knitting. So again, I'm going to find those blocks of time where I can get those things done to feel successful and on top of all of my to-dos and projects. So as I mentioned, this could be as basic or as creative as we like. I love color and I love multiple calendars and color coordination. So this is just an overview of what my basic week looks like. My morning routine, I might fit in a class. I try to get to my inboxes and social media every day, so I alternate them there. Sometimes classes take priority, I will admit. Next, I have my Euphoria work blocks. I have certain notifications I'll remember to do daily. Any weekly meetings that happen, I'm going to also have here. And then you'll see at the bottom, I have my make dinner. And then I have blocks of time where I can spend either focusing on other hats I wear. So maybe I'm focusing on Zumba or aquatics or alternating. Some weeks might be all AKWA, some weeks might be all Zumba. And then within those days, I'll usually put in the title what the actual task is I want to do. So here's a snapshot of what my week currently looked like. So this was this week. You can see when I was writing this article, it was the week of Sunday, July 14th. So I had some events on the weekend that I was participating in. I did go to the gym and work out on my own a couple days this week. I have some things getting ready for the upcoming Zumba convention, but also writing this article, so you can see the blocks of time I've been spending on that. And as you can also see, things do change duration from the actual block week. And again, I said before, that's kind of the bonus or the brilliance behind this is it's so flexible and so manageable. You can make your week what you need it to be based on what's happening. So before we wrap up the tutorial, I wanted to show you some next level calendar blocking. This is my work calendar. It's the same large blocks of time as you saw in my personal calendar, but here I take it next level by actually itemizing how I'm spending my work day. I also use color coding. Yellow means it's going to be a Google Hangout or a phone call. Makes me remember I have to be presentable to be on camera. Green is stuff done at my desk, and then if I was on site with my team, those events are usually done in red.